Welcome back to Atkinson Flowers Law. I'm Nadine Atkinson Flowers. Remember, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about these educational videos on the channel. Everybody by now has heard that the Biden administration has issued some rules as it relates to immigration. When these things happen, lots of people get excited, but people get excited for different reasons. So this video, we're going to focus on two things. The first is exactly what is to be expected from this new rule, and the second thing, how you can protect yourself to make sure you're not scammed by persons. Because whenever new rules are put in place as it relates to immigration, lots of things happen. So firstly, what are the main sections of this new rule? The most important thing as it stands now is that the rule just came out. Because it just came out, there's still a lot of details that have not yet been ironed out. So the first thing you should realize is that you're not at this point able to apply for this benefit. You're not able to pay anybody to apply for this benefit for you because there's still a lot of details that US immigration has to sort out. One of the main things in the rule is that persons who have been here for over 10 years and are married to a US citizen will be able to adjust here in the US, meaning get their green cards here without having to go back to their home countries for their visa interview, their green card interview. And this is very important because previously persons who, for example, came across the borders and so on would have had to go back to their home countries to do that final part of the adjustment. That is not going to be the rule anymore. What does this mean? For a lot of people, it may mean that the 10-year that the government is talking about is going to prevent them from applying for this benefit. Because you're going to have to prove that you have been in the US for 10 years. The possibility too is that it may not affect every single person who actually came across the border. Because, for example, people might have come across the border, but when they got here, they might have committed criminal offenses, they might be currently charged with criminal offenses, they might have convictions. So there are lots of things to be ironed out as it relates to this rule. The second thing is, as it relates to the rule, there are regulations that the government is going to put in place. So, for example, you're going to need to know the fees that will be paid to the government for this particular application. You will also need to know if there are timelines in terms of how quickly you need to put that application in or how long you have to put that application in. And so one of the things that we want to educate you about in this video is the fact that please do not allow anyone to tell you that at this time you can pay them to submit an application for you, because we are not yet sure of all of the details about this particular rule that the government has just put in place. And unfortunately, or fortunately, dependent on where you are, there are going to be challenges, meaning one group is going to say this doesn't fit with the Immigration and Nationalities Act, and they may well decide that they're going to take the issue to court. So we are actually in a very wait and see time. And one main thing that Atkinson Flowers Law wants you to remember is that as it stands now, everything is up in the air. And so we're asking people to be very cautious and to make sure that you are not scammed. So like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and check in again for another informational and educational video.